Off your mind is okay. Off your mind. Allow the children. It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind is okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk through to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us call am hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo, yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you lie down, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind.
They suffer for this country well. They don't tell me now to 60 years. As you don't see me so, I they pursue 40. They don't tell me to 60. And they bad for this country. So tell them if they bad again. Let's say bien. So say I get goat, bien. They tell you my to goat.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun Live.
Maiyegun la mo do 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 do. Maiyegun diary, Maiyegun la mo.
Shapa merci bien. It's like saying Shapa journal. Merci inside it. Shapa merci bien. Shapa journal.
Thank
you so much from wherever you are watching from. Remember the first steps or the few steps you have to take as you are joining us, okay? You only do them once, just once, all right? Share the broadcast. Like the broadcast, okay? Read the description of the broadcast, the body as well, just before you settle down and you start commenting. Maiyegun today.
Godfather is in, go see Lord of Maiyegun diary.
Nigerians should be patient with Tinubu. If you know what he has in stock for you, you will not be this in hurry. You will not be this angry. You will not listen to Maiyegun. That is the new message or the new cry from Kolu. Share the broadcast. My face can't be like person with rub powder. I know rub powder. I've been wondering why myself. In case if you are.
Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn. 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 Ó ti dójú ẹ̀ sẹ́yìn.
Waiting for my breaking point. You should be sharing the broadcast. So, good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. It is Maiyegun live. And this is a follow-up to those who somehow believed the Tinubu APC Egbekegbe that maybe somehow, knowing that they were career criminals. Those of you who now believe criminals over what Maiyegun is telling you, now this is like a follow-up, because some of you believe that they may be very terrible, but there is nothing God cannot do. A lot of you have very strong faith that if some of you were alive during the time and all these happenings that you read in the Bible, in the Quran, the hardship people faced in history, if some of you were alive, your faith alone in that time could probably have made things easier. I mean, like, just wait. Die if you want to die, if it doesn't arrive, but just keep the faith. A lot of you are believing that when APC, Egbekegbe, says something, anybody from them, you want to give them a benefit of doubt. And because people like us who know them very, 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 very well, we know that they are leopards. Leopards don't change their skin. Even if they pretended that they have, some of you will say they are already rich. They have everything. They don't need anything from you anymore. And so because you believed them, you believed career criminals, okay, that they would do what they say they would do. Because you always believe them, people like Maiyegun is almost considered in your life, is almost considered as a negative person. He's always negative. Why can't you say something good about Nigeria? Why can't you just see anything good? And to those of you who are see-gooders, see no evil, say no evil. And the prayer warriors, the ego better squads. And also those of you who are unity beggars, okay? Those who believe that what Nigeria is lacking is this unity that you've never seen in your life. And therefore, once people united in what? United in misery, united in poverty, united in everything that you can pretend they don't exist, because you probably feel like, what can you do? It's better to pretend that they don't exist. So if this criminal comes again, I can give them a benefit of doubt. It got so bad, ladies and gentlemen. It got so bad that what is popularly known as a Stockholm syndrome. Stockholm syndrome is from Stockholm. Now, that Stockholm syndrome means where oppressed begin to love their oppressors. So when you have that, it is a terrible syndrome, okay? Now, it doesn't matter whether you are educated or not. If you are not educated, it's even worse. If you are educated, as Nigerian in Nigeria as it is, okay, and you are suffering from this, it is what? It is even deadly. I can't describe it. Now, you see, that Stockholm syndrome is where people who have been so oppressed to the point that they started loving their oppressors. Not just loving their oppressors. So every time they come under hardship or some targeted, punishment, whether it is economic or it is bodily, Stockholm syndrome will make the victims, so the people suffering Stockholm syndrome, to even blame themselves. That's how bad it is. So somehow, this also exists in abusive relationship. The relationship between Nigerian rulers and Nigerians is like that of abusive relationship. Abuse, when you see some abusive relationship, where, whether the man is abusing the woman or the woman is abusing the man, and people are saying, why don't you just leave her? Why don't you just leave him? And somehow, they tell you how much they love them, how much, in fact, some of the reasons why they fight is themselves. Like, they blame themselves for most reasons why they get beaten, they get punished, and they get brutalized. Abusive relationship. That is exactly what Nigerians and the rulers of Nigeria, that is the relationship that exists between them. Abusive relationship that has now led to generational Stockholm syndrome, to the point that, ladies and gentlemen, more than 90% of Nigerians that currently live in Nigeria, they have never experienced anything called good life. The last set of people who are the dint of hope that that made them felt like Nigerians were those independence people, those who got independence, the independence children. By the time they started turning to teenagers, Nigeria was already on its way to the Golgotha. So abusive relationship, Stockholm syndrome, has made many of you unconsciously, to begin to blame yourselves for what is wrong with Nigeria. Is either you blame yourself that we are just too greedy, we always want to flex, we always want to do this and that, we always, blame yourselves for the problems of Nigeria. Then defend the criminals who have put you in that state all your life. Stockholm syndrome is a very terrible thing. So Maiyegun that you think is negative, Maiyegun is that consciousness in you, that your subconscious mind that keep telling you that every now and then that you muzzled up, you are so tensed in defending anything that comes out of the mouth of APC, with any belief at all. Maiyegun is that mind, that voice that when you sit down and you look at everything you have, in a way, supported, defended, right? And most of them that are now coming back to bite you, they are biting you so hard, right? But somehow, where you are seated, you are wondering, why is everything so hard? I say, it's because of this government. Then you begin to tell yourself and say, but it's the same people I supported. This is not what I supported. I didn't support this kind of life, okay? I didn't support this kind of hardship. I expected some relief. The fact that, you know what I mean? Now, but when that your slave mind tells you that, shut up. Last week when you had the 5,000 naira, why did you go and use the 5,000 naira to go and drink and with your friends? Now you don't have you don't have 500 naira. You want to blame government. Must you blame Tinubu? That is your slavish mind. Telling you that Maiyegun is that voice that will keep reminding you that Oti ya were. If it Oti ya were, where you actually ran mad unconsciously, I don't know, started from you getting yourself so involved in believing the lies from career criminals. And then you are wondering, why is everything so like this? Then somehow, you are still kind of telling yourself that you are maybe, well, if I keep down my 5,000 last week, like now, I'll see have some money. Then I won't blame government. It's me. It is, and that is how many people, maybe that's how many people who are blaming government too. Maybe that's the reason. When they have money, they always too loud. Now, when the money is finished, they will begin to blame government. Is it Tinubu that said you should go and born 3 children? Is it Buhari that told you to go and I mean, not to go and find a job? Kind of other statement. Those are slavish mind. Or you see the one that will be telling you that, wow, she go Yahweh, bye. She no be say I don't go mad. Like you'll be asking yourself inside and say, I supported good life. They said they will make life better. But all these things where they happen now, they are telling me to be patient, to wait. Is that not the same thing these people told me 8 years of Bokwari? That everything got destroyed. They were telling us to be patient, give him time. Okay, we then decided, okay, maybe continuation call. This one is Keniko, he built Lagos. So, and his pronouncements are already touching your life. And they call it Shege Pro Max. So I'm the one that will tell you that, no. Tell yourself, if you still continue to believe because they have started again, they will never stop. And this is Maiyegun back again to remind you that no matter the language, no matter the level of English that they are using to write all the junks and lies they are giving to you, no matter all of the grammar they use, they pack it together, Maiyegun will tell you in a very clear language, everything a lie. Walai ta lie, na lie de lie. Anything that comes out of APC, Egbekegbe, walai ta lie, na lie de lie. I can tell you that for free. You see, that benefit of the doubt that you are giving them, is what is buying them time. Mind you, I have also figured out something. I tell you, I have realized that people should stand up, people should rise up, people should fight. Baba na person wey shop they fight. A lot of you have no idea the damages these guys have done. I am talking about people who are living the life that is actually unexplainable. People are living in poverty, ladies and gentlemen. People are hungry. If you say, oh yeah, everybody goes that, Baba, now suicide. Listen, it is like saying you want to go to war, okay? And you can't gather people who won't go fight. 2/3 of them, they are starving. You can see it on their faces. They are hungry. And in this UK, there is this chocolate, okay? Chocolate. You know, chocolate. There is this chocolate called Snickers. You see that Snickers is like a chocolate. Groundnut. It must be groundnut. Something like nut, sha. They now kind of wrap it with a thick, creamy chocolate. Inside it, there is this caramel kind of a flavor like gum, like syrup. You know what I'm talking about. It's called Snickers. They have this advert. And from the first time I heard that advert, seriously, it stuck with me. What's the advert? They are like, you are not you when you are hungry. You are not you. You cannot think straight. You cannot sleep well, all right? You can't do anything right when you are hungry. Take a Snickers. So if you want to say Nigerians that these people have impoverished, systemic impoverishment, systemic poverty, Omo, you go know why a lot of them don't even have the strength or the thinking mentality or faculty to even fight back. I mean, I'm a member of a Yoruba organization called the Yoruba Union. I'll keep telling you. And you know one thing about Yoruba Union is that it has given us the opportunity. You can call it first-hand opportunity, hand-on opportunity to experience the damages that these criminals have done to our people. Listen, if Yoruba Union put together our report about Yoruba land, and we bring them back to you, a lot of you who have conscience, when you see these criminals, you will never join those who, in fact, hail or support them. They have destroyed our people, and they know what they are doing, and they are not stopping. Okay? But I'll get to that. I'll show you some. So talking about APC, Egbekegbe, I am one of the people who can tell you straight, like with a straight face, all right? The continuation of Bokwari is what you are experiencing. And if you pay attention very well, Tinubu is using the same rule book. The difference is that they have increased the figures. Tinubu, who had no plan for you, he didn't promise you anything. You know that. Sure, you know. His own manifesto, he never discusses manifestos with you, ever. Some people put them together, like they did for Bukwari, and they started telling you, this is what will happen. If your university will be free. So this guy has no data of where, the damages they have done, or better still, they don't even care. Just 5 minutes into his inauguration, he announced subsidy is gone. The ripple effect of that today is that a lot of you are now kind of keeping fit, Abi. You know that slave mentality, slave thought I told you about. That is always there, is buried in you. The one that will tell you that but it's even good. More people are trekking now. That means more people will they will stay fit. Are you being serious? Like people decided to start trekking, Abi, so that they can keep fit. Abi, are you being serious? A lot of you can no longer even go to work anymore. You know what they are saying? How can you go back to work when your salary in a month doesn't even cover your transportation to work? As much as some people are being told that they are going to lay them off, they can't pay them anymore. Okay? They're going to sack you. Others are sacking themselves. Abi, person where they live for Ikorodu, they do POS for, what do they call it? They do PS for Island. And your transportation before was somewhere around 10,000 naira in a month. Then they pay you 40,000 naira salary. Today, to transport from Ikorodu to Lagos Island, where you normally work, in a month, if you go every day like you normally go, Abi, your transportation has now jumped to over 60,000 naira. No, I know. Maiyegun, it's not that much. You shall know what I'm saying, Abi. Okay. So at the end of the day, you are now considering like, should you go to work or just stay at home? Because you can actually take your salary and just pay it to the transport worker and say, and you are not even guaranteed that in another 2-3 months, okay, it is also not going to jump up to maybe another 200%. Now, people are suffering this, but they didn't have any plan. So what did they do? They said they were going to give you 8,000 naira to cushion the effects. So people reacted. See you 8,000, 8K. Wait till 8K go by. Even APC members, the Agbadorians, Lagos Abobakus, Oshogbo Alimajiris, the crumb eaters, the crumb chasers, the ass lickers, the all risers, it shocked them. The effect right now is that even some drivers, they didn't even have money to fuel their cars to even go out there and work as transporters. Guess what also happened? Those who are also affected, even Agberos. Akobi Omododo there. Akobi Omododo there. This and that. This time around, if you shout Akobi from now till tomorrow, Baba, na shege go appear. I'm serious. You know, where, you know, during Bokwari's time, when they were killing people in Benue, you know that time where they turned Benue, Fulani terrorists, they were killing and Kilode. Then we heard that Bokwari he lost his hearings. Bokwari couldn't hear word anymore. If you are talking to him, he will just be like, wala today. You remember that time now that they brought him to the UK? So then people now came back, they said, oh, now the victims of the families of the victims of Fulani terrorists in Benue and the Middle Belt, they say all those mountains, they will go up there. They will be shouting, Buhario, Buhario, Buhario. Now, so Buhari lost his hearings. But that's a little diversion. But if you go anywhere, they shout, Tifnumbu, Akambi. Now, Shege go appear with Cain. Because that's exactly what his policies have done to you. Sure, you get. You can look around and say, oh, I still love, even if I have not benefited, I know that the policy is very good for all of us. Yeah, Gatu massacre, you remember? It go better, it go favor my family, it go favor my family. It go favor my family, don't they trek now? Are you with me? So if you shout his name, now Shege go appear. And that's exactly why Tifnumbu and his Daily Alakori released a statement. Daba, kilo day waiting. Why are you all kind of so angry? Why are you... calm down. Everybody should calm down. I have not even told you what I'm going... Yes, we have removed subsidy. Of course, yes. Nisuru. People who opposition, they just want to make you think I am intentionally punishing you. I love you. I have saved some money. I have borrowed others too. In fact, money day grant now. We go pay you. Everybody calm down. Now I tell you waiting day. What about the 8,000? Call you. Cancel. We are not doing 8,000 again. We want to go and re-strategize. So they discovered, instead of them to actually come out to say, oh, we goofed, they had no data. They just came out and they announced, President Kolu has now ordered that order attorney tan wearing order. Who are you ordering? You are ordering people that use their own resources to buy wares, goods, foods, and all of that. You are ordering them to reduce prices. So madini. Normally they say that you should never, for any reason, taste the products that you are selling, especially if it is white powder. That should be something that somebody like Kolu should know. Anyway, they said that they were just playing. That was, no, it's a playing. What happened now is that we will tell you how much we will give you. But we discovered that giving 8,000 naira to every household, 12 million household, could make any sense. We just discover them. But our plan, this was what they are doing. This is me trying to like role play now. Sure you get. I think I just want to make you feel lighter tonight so that people don't turn around and say they mock them. Because small thing now, you know now, like Nigerians, when you tell them, these people be criminals, they will rob you, they will do it again and again. Your life is going to they will make your life even worse. Shut up your mouth. Why don't you come back home? If they born your papa will come back home. Your papa no fit stop Tinubu. Tinubu is your next president. Cry. Go and cry river. Go and hug transformer. This Maiyegun is a useless. Your papa, where your papa? All those things people said to me. They were during the time I was telling them not to enter this trap. Oh, sure you remember? Yeah, I've always been around. Seriously, I've always been around. Alone. But now people know they hear what. Shut up your mouth. You this Maiyegun. They're supposed to arrest this Maiyegun sha. Man, they're supposed to deport this Maiyegun sha. Because they tell them not to enter this trap. These criminals will shake you. They will shake you down. Because that's all they know how to do. Shut up your mouth. You this speaking. Nigeria will be great again. Nigeria will shake. When they can't enter the trap, they will now turn around when you start saying, Shekotan, look at you. Hungry, poverty, joblessness, terrorism, corruption, and oppression, and the rest of that. Are you mocking us now? Maiyegun, you should be thanking God for your life. That you are living abroad. You don't know what we are facing here. We are praying for a better country. You are sitting down here, you are mocking us. Instead of you to pray for a better Nigeria, instead of you for us to work together and tell our leaders, as Iwa Titani Shiri. Come together to come and do waiting. The same Maiyegun that now Ogun go kill your papa. I hate this Maiyegun with passion. Why do you hate me? Because I am telling you, run away from these criminals. Please, run away from them. And you are telling them to deal with me. Deal with me because of what? Tori Mosa in the budget. I've been buying a the budget. I collected their money for your refinery. I run away. Don't go to these criminals. They are criminals. Career and money. If you look at everywhere they have been, a lot of them are richer than these places they have been to, whether they are governors or ministers or anything. These are career criminals. Believe one. You said they should arrest Maiyegun. They should beat Maiyegun up. If I see this Maiyegun, I go shake. Now you can't enter ram. I can't talk say oti de leo. Oti di wahala ba yi o.
Oti doju ensen. 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 Oti doju ensen.
If everybody, you won't come turn around and come they say blame me. That's what they do. Do you understand? They will blame you. They will blame you for the choice they made. You this Maiyegun, now hate full your heart. Hate itani. Waiting hate, you I know say you hate Tinubu. Shuri o ti bageti. Waiting my hate go do in the life of Tinubu. Waiting your love did or is doing in the life of Tinubu and Nigeria. If me no like him, maybe you like him. If my own dislike is a disadvantage, what about your own love for them? In your auto consideration, you know. So that is why I'm saying it now, that I want to make you feel lighter while I pass my message. It may sound funny to some of you, but you will never miss the message. You won't. So that people no go come here, come and share their emotion. I thank God for your life. I'm always thanking God for my life. Oju emabo. Oju to me like you go see you this Maiyegun. Buhari will go make Nigeria great. Buhari will God will shame you. You this they ruined you completely. Now a lot of you are walking. You are like a walking prophet. You know those what do they call them? Those people where they do fasting and prayer. You know, say if you have money now, if you go to the white garment churches, not even just white garment churches, if you go to some churches, they will tell you that they will do fasting and prayer for you. Sometimes they will ask you to do it. But if you feel like, no, I have also, I can't do it, Olusho. So Olusho will do it for you. He will starve himself. He will pray for you. He can do 41 days. So you get fasting and prayer. So during that time, Olusho will be seeing things. Like, he will be seeing things when they pray. Oluwa, Egbadanu, Eton left. Olorun, God, Eton right. Move walking a break. They will be seeing things. Ebinio. Emma Bino Olusho. Confidence shaking. So like the real Olusho, no vexo. But you know what I'm saying? You start seeing things. Vision. A lot of you pretending hungry cretins online, in Nigeria. Etidolusho. That is why when hunger hook you, when you begin to ration it, when you begin to squeeze it, hunger never shock to hook. Anyway, hey, I saw something. Kilori flash life, hello flash on your face. Then you begin to say, I was praying yesterday. God told me that even though Nigeria is going through hardship right now, there is, there is going to be light after the tunnel. I saw Nigerians happy. They were jubilant. Ebini. Research, people have already called me Dr. Maiyegun. I've just not published, I just haven't published my, what do you call it? My research yet. Research, anything. If you don't believe me, try it. You will try it. But 2 days. Go for me, go for everything. See, boy, on revision. A lot of Nigerians are working like that today. Some are begging for money to buy data so that they can beg for more money on social media. It is now like job in Washington. 80 years of Bokuwari in Nigeria. If you are watching me from any part of Africa and you are not Nigerian, make I tell you this. So let me tell you this. Sorry, let me say this to you. Nigerians are very proud people. When I say Nigerians, I'm just being generous. We are like proud people. But you see where I come from, the place is called Yoruba land. Otiri. Oduduwa land. That is the richest part of Nigeria. Sorry to all of you others from other places. When it is your turn, you can tell Africans that your region is the richest. So Yorubas are the richest. So from that culture, they call us crowned princes and princesses, which means we're naturally born kind of, with silver spoon, kind of, you know what I mean? So no matter how bad things are for you as Yoruba, when things get to a stage that you are begging, Omo, a lot of people will try and stop to make sure that begging, you stop it. And I can tell you this is the same thing with the Igbos as well. Those ones are even like, I think their own pride is annoying to some people. The reason why I don't like these Igbo is that they are too proud. Very, very, very proud. So for you to know that Nigerians are proud, everybody is proud from where they come from. So begging, except from some part of Nigeria where there has been generational, systemic sort of poverty, intentional poverty. Sure you get. Even though right now, that same system has been imported to the rest of Nigeria. So begging was something that, you must not be found begging. Right? But when Bokuwari happened to Nigeria, APC, Egbekegbe, begging became a professional. A Zimbabwean, it got so bad, especially on Facebook. You go see, they will say, Ghana music gossip. And then you will know that this is about Ghana. You go see Nigerians under. Please, somebody should help me. I have not eaten since yesterday. Somebody should please help me. They will be posting their own bank account. And if you do mistakes, say drop account. Even if you are not popular on social media, that day will be the busiest your profile is going to see. The busiest engagement your profile is going to see. They destroy the people so bad that you see the number when they say Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world, okay? With over 140 million living in abject, extreme, multi-dimensional poverty. These people, they are our people. They are normal people that you see. No job, no nothing. Sure you get. But they exist in that economy. Now, they have now grown to the point that, Adeleke Mabinuri, GT Bank, 002233335, please help me. Moron KG, Alowonle, Standard Chartered Bank. I can't, please help me. They are there queuing for 1,000 here, 500 there, 2,000 here, 3,000 here. And it got so much at a point, that giveaway became a culture. Do giveaway now. Maiyegun do giveaway now. This was when the economy was degenerating. And somehow, these criminals who destroyed the country, they still had followers that will tell you, fire you, fight you, threaten you. They don't get anything, no, threaten you like, say, for these criminals. And at a point, I was like, Omo, maybe I say myself, they encourage this, If I say, Maiyegun fans, gather here, even the Olori Burukus that have made it their duty to use their free Facebook to come and drop a comment. You this Maiyegun, now Ogun go kill your papa. Say, if Ogun go kill him again, good luck to Ogun, he's already dead. Say again, my papa don't die, my mama don't die. So if Ogun that is also dead is also going to go and kill, well, good luck to him. Because of Bokwari, Ogun killed Maiyegun papa. And when Bokwari action started affecting you, you would now say, Maiyegun friend, they will gather here. Maiyegun, I love you, that was when the economy was getting so bad. It was bad. So Tinubu came. So what they have now done is that, listen guys, we have a lot coming. And this is why I'm going to take you back to Bokwari as well, again. When Bokwari came in, I told you that Tinubu is using this pattern, but some of you are not paying attention. And somehow, some of you are believing them. Unfortunately, you are already their targeted demography. And good luck to you as well. When Bokwari came in, the news they made then was that there was no money in Nigeria. PDP, they have stolen everything. But when they came in, the foreign reserve of Nigeria had the balance of 35 billion US dollars from 44 billion that Yaradua left. And from 60 or so billion that Obasanjo left. Depleted, until these guys came. The excess crude accounts had 7.5 billion US dollars as balance when they came in. The Nigeria silos had grains that were in reserve when these guys came in. Also, when they came in, more than 20 states in Nigeria couldn't pay salary anymore. A lot of them were owing their workers, the pensioners, they were owing them as much as 4-5 years unpaid pension, unpaid their salary, 2 years unpaid salary. So there was no money. That was what they said. Then he started making his appointments. Babashir Lawal, Abba Kyari, Moguno, this. He started appointing them. While the rest of Buhari idiots, Buhari Danes, Buhari Didenis, Buhari Dinotus, Buhari Dijatus, while they were waiting for the change they promised them. Then, when they put few of them in place, those that could sign papers, their signatures mattered. Then he started rolling out his fraud. His first step was, okay, hang on. There's also an extra money before I start talking about the sharing. Okay, that came. It was also around that time that the Paris Club refund also came to Nigeria. Over 4 billion, dollars. A lot of money. Now, you see that Paris Club money was supposed to be refunded back to the states because they were like money deducted from them, paying back the loan that Nigeria borrowed. So they now said they over-deducted, so they refunded the money. So when Bokwari started the bazaar, they called meetings of governors, and they called it NEC meeting, National Executive Council meeting. This is a meeting that will have all the state governors. Because they haven't already have the ministers, they won't be part of it for now. It's about sharing money. This is what's on ground. Nigerians were told that there may be some hardship because PDP don't steal every month. They don't steal all the money. But while they did, they now called the meeting called NEC meeting. At that meeting, they discussed the situation of Nigeria and how they could help Nigeria to jump up again by putting money in the right sectors, paying off the outstanding salaries, pensions, put money in the people's hand, and at the same time allocate some money for that purpose to jumpstart the economy. They sounded good. They called them the Economic Council. If they follow me, I am still telling you about Boko Haram. So all the money that were available then, that they told Nigerians that the money wasn't available. So, shockingly, the first announcement was that we are going to first share the Paris Club refund. And after the federal government deducted their own share from that money, so they had to make available 650 billion naira. Now, you see this 650 billion naira, they shared it based on the request that each state took to that first economic council meeting or national executive meeting or so. Everybody from everywhere. Kogi, how many months are you owing? How much is the money? We are owing so and so. We are owing about 50 billion unpaid salary. How many years? Some are 4 years, some are 3 years, some are 2 years. Okay, 40 billion. That's how much will cover all of the outstanding money you owe people who have already suffered. Some of them are dead. Sure you get? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, if that money goes into the to the hands of these people, at least what? Even if it's not all the 40 billion, okay? So they started sharing the money. Same thing from every part of Nigeria. Now, when they started sharing the money, everybody collected their money. They published the number of how much everybody got. I will never forget this. From that first money that they share from the Paris refund their money, my own state, Ogun State, collected 12 billion naira in 2015. Ibikunle Amosun was the governor then. That was the first money. One share, they are sharing money. And the purpose was go and pay whatever this money can pay out of money you owe. You will say Bokwari meant well, Abi. You will be a mumu, a fool. If you think Buhari who did that, did it because he had good intention. If Bokwari had good intention, right, he won't give the money to the governors. He will never give it to them. Do you understand? Because it's their debt, not his. They are the ones owing, Abi. But here is the money. This money, Mr. Corruption Fighter, we want to make sure this money goes exactly. Now, give us all the bills. Let us verify all those you owe. And then we'll pay them. And we'll clear them. All you have to do is, if you are a staff of any state, go under this so and so. Apply for this. Your staff number, your staff ID, whatever they can use to identify you, to verify you. You go on there, you get paid. But for those who know Nigeria very well, and for those who don't know Nigeria very well, you see those numbers of staff or workers in every state under the control of the state governors or governments. They have all been fictitious ghost workers that their money, they are being paid salary, but they don't exist. And somebody who wanted to come and clean the whole thing will not hand over billions of money of naira to them, but that's the way he has to pay them back. It is a political way. It is called political back end of paying back the political or buying political will, kind of, from the political criminals, so that they can, it's like, yes, Lagos State collected 32 billion naira from that money around that time. And on like that, like I said. Now, that's the Paris refund. After that, like 2-3 months after, they went back to Bokwari and they said he should make another money available for them because they still have outstanding to pay. And guess what Bokwari did? He said, okay, you know what? Emefiole, come. I want you to make provision for 400 billion naira. This time around, it is not a free gift anymore. Any state that still have some remnants of salaries to pay, pension to pay, they should go to central bank and borrow money they want to pay from that 400 billion, interest free, but they will have to pay it back. But paying back means the federal government of Nigeria, central bank, will be deducting whatever they agree on from their monthly allocation. Within 2 months, the entire 400 billion was empty. All of them took the money. Baba, it didn't last 6 months. We started hearing that there are some states that are still owing 1 year. Kogi State, 1 year, 2 years. Osun State, half salary, 2 years, 3 years. And there were those who always go on there to go and discuss about how they're going to solve it. And they, it's about money, right? So they called him and said, what about the excess crude account? 7 billion did here. Without telling Nigerians, from 7.5 billion, Bokwari's government in 8 years only added $350 million to the excess crude account in Nigeria, the one opened by Obasanjo. The day they handed over government to Bokwari APC, the account had 7.5 billion. And within a 6 months or so, they added $350 million US to that money. That made it $7.850 billion. They didn't tell Nigerians. They started depleting it. They started sharing it until Bokwari rose one day and decided to take 1 billion from it. That was when the Kasala burst. That the money is gone. Yeah, it's gone. Bokwari took 1 billion from it and traveled to America to go and buy credibility from Donald Trump. You remember? To order for the Tucano jets that they will never really use on terrorists, but on Nigerians. You remember that? Today, somebody said that the other day. I was like, Maiyegun, you remember the balance inside the excess crude account? Of course I do, if there is still anything there anyway. The last time they checked, from $7.8 billion, the balance in Nigeria excess crude account is less than 50,000 US dollars. 50,000 US dollars, which means in a space of 8 years, they depleted that and they added no dime to save anything. They saved nothing. This guy got so bad that they started printing money just to share it as allocation, while the rest of the country didn't even know that some people were actually stealing 700,000 barrels of crude oil. Does that even sound right? 700,000 barrels of crude oil. Papa, no be something we say you go carry inside jerry can, enter one pickup truck. This is not something that you're going to carry, water tanker, and you start pumping crude. No be so in the BO. We are talking about vessels. They were loading that in Nigeria for over 6 years to cover it up. That Nigeria is broke, had no money. They were borrowing money. They were printing money. That's how they ruled. So today, Tinubu said he removed subsidy so that he won't pay that money. Nobody is telling you who were those contractors that were receiving those trillions and trillions for fuel subsidy in Nigeria. They won't tell you. Okay? So now talking about using the same pattern. So Tinubu, through shitty man, they called that meeting, called the NEC meeting or whatever today. And the governors were there. They came. This fuel subsidy. We are facing serious problem in our states. Our people are suffering. We need to do something. Because, so let's do meeting. Like they did in 2015. They have done another one today. And the meeting was to see, how can we put palliative together? The first part of the joke was that while Shitty Man was taking his bath, getting ready for the clown show, the first set of people that showed up at Tinubu's door were these people. This was the first part of the joke, guys. Now, look at this picture. This picture was published by the government of Tinubu. And you see the people in this picture, they said they just had an economic meeting with the president to discuss the economic impact of the subsidy and how the economic... Baba, look at your screen. Shebe Henry screen. Tell me the economist inside this place. Tell me anyone here who has any profession that you can say, now this profession go work and help Nigeria to come out of subsidy regime. Now these people they discuss, they go discuss with Kolu. On the left, you have Bajabia Mole, all right, who is the chief of staff to Tinubu, the man in black in the middle. The next one is Dele Alakori, the Aparo that is what do you call it, the gong man for Tinubu. The guy in black, the second guy in black or brown, Dele Alakori. You see that one in white with white beer. That one is a dubious Dapo. Is the owner of Aiding Oil, one of those, one of those oil marketers that siphoned, criminally ripped Nigeria off during the fuel subsidy of 2010 to 2012. His Aiding Oil company is still probably one of those who are also leading in the bunkering. I mean, I can't rule it out. His name is Dubious Dapo. You see that one where opened it's like, Christmas or Goofy. That one is Honorable Gandola. Is, okay, hang on. The guy in white is the governor of Ogun State right now. Okay. So the one after him is Gandola. All right. Is the famous Babariga mobile banking CEO of Kano. All right. Okay. He's a banker. He can keep money. Okay. Maybe that's why they had to bring him in to come and share his professional idea on how to bring all of you out of fuel subsidy. Then shitty man, the Boko Haram sympathizer, the Boko Haram, devotee. Long story, they call him Osama bin Laden. As you have Escobar, Pablo is in black. Do you see him? That's Pablo. Now, after Pablo, you have Akpabiole. Akpabiole is the man who was he was governor. His story is interesting. Akpabiole, the guy in white and red cap, after the man in black, Kolu. Now, Akpabiole was the former governor of Akwa Ibom. He was a big thief, accused. In fact, he was standing trial for stealing 108 billion naira when he was governor. EFCC was after him. Then, after 2015, he decamped to the APC, Egbekegbe. So in 2019, Bokwari made him minister of the Niger Delta. So the NDDC, the conduit pipe where all of the supposed developmental resources for the people of Niger Delta are being siphoned, 4 trillion naira unaccounted for, led to a National Assembly probe that, also led to that, it's okay, honorable minister, it's okay, because he oversaw the bazaar, the looting at the time. Now, he never ran to be a senator, but somehow, the Supreme Court of Nigeria, like Oples Nzodigba, like Robert Stamplawan, the Supreme Court said Akpabiole should be made the senatorial candidate from that same Akwa Ibom. And today is number 3 man in Nigeria, Akpabiole. Osama bin Laden, Pablo Escobar, Kolu, and then Akpabiole, number 1, number 2, number 3, and you think you are not doomed. They are discussing economy. The next one is, what's this one name again, Seth? The Kwara State Governor. Anyway, I don't want to say much about him because I've never really said anything about him. But famous ones, here you have Hopeless Uzodinjo, the man that became governor through the Supreme Court of Nigeria's pronouncements. And since that day, the Eastern Nigeria has not known any peace. This guy is the window for the terrorists that are currently terrorizing, not just the people of Imo State. He is the political terrorist, and the others. That is their key to Eastern Nigeria. When that guy is no longer in anywhere near power, the terrorism in Eastern Nigeria will disappear like they never happened. But you know what? They are discussing now to get you out of subsidy poverty. And last but not the least, Dr. Ade Pointer, Ade Gator, Governor Point and Kill, Sanwo-Iku of Lagos. They were there. I mean, it could be there. Is the bomb boy of the guy in black, Pablo Escobar. Sorry that took longer to introduce these guys to you to get to see them and all that. These were those who met with Kolu, discussing the palliative for you. She more will increase the 8,000. What about we make it 8,005? No. See, Dakpo, 85. I'm thinking we should do it at 8,750. And let's just do round figure now, 9,000. They will say that 1,000 we had it. Say, but governors are also going to add their own. We are going to meet with Shitty Man, and we are going to make a pronouncement as well. Or what do you think they were discussing? Tell me. They were discussing on how you were reacting. All of you were abusing them. All of you were doing this and Abby? Anyway, after that, they decided to go and meet Shitty Man to go and discuss the sharing formula like they did in 2015. So there is going to be money. 1.95 trillion naira is available. And you want me to tell you something? I suspect they're not printing. I'm suspecting that they printed that money. Are you following me? You will come back. We will come back here later and say, Omo, you don't come out later say, because where they see the 1.9 trillion? Where? You don't want to know where, Abi? Now, so you didn't care to know anywhere. Bokwari was borrowing money from using your future, using your destiny and everything. You know what somebody told me? They said that, Baba, logun itile o. Sorry, I'm going to say it in English as well. Shemika, tell you something. Logun itile o. A lot of you don't know that. You don't have any sort of any spiritual attack or spiritual thing holding your life. Omo Yami, you were just born in a wrong country, new. Alone. I don't feel lie to you, logun itile o. Aye shemi. And they said that, this skinny cocking. Baba, look at me very well, Now, wrong country you did be so. And when I say wrong country, you understand it later. So they went on to go and discuss 1.9 trillion naira. Where did they see the money? What did they sell? Where is it coming from? They won't tell you, would they? But these are rogues that are mortgaging the lives, the future of generations even yet unborn. And they don't care. Do you understand? They want to share 1.9 trillion. A lot of all these states, the money is going to go to their hands. When the money gets to their hands, some of them are already adding 10,000 naira to the minimum wage of 30,000. So which simply mean the state's palliative, for those who are working, if you are working, you will not collect 8,000. Now 10,000 you go collect on your salary. Baba, share the damages that is on ground right now. 10,000 leka. That is what you see. The billions, you are going to only hear it. 80 lobìnrin fi ń gbóhùn orò kò ní rí. 80 lobìnrin máa fi ń gbọ́ ohùn orò. Ẹ máa gbọ́ bílíọ̀nù. And just like Boko Haram, the moment the money got to the kitty or to the cover of these criminals, it left Nigeria shore right away. Immediately, like they say, alert it do. Hello, Commissioner. Commissioner, you dey mad in. I dey call you, you dey avoid my call. I heard that the alert. Sorry, Your Excellency, sorry. Can't you see that I'm the one calling Governor Biobaku? I've been calling you since for the past 15 minutes. Am I not the one who made you commissioner? Show she ni dele. Oh yeah, alert it do. Yes, alert is entered, sir. It has entered, sir. And we are thinking that I should call the head of the ministry and all of them to have a meeting so that we can discuss on how to disburse the money to all this. Disburse what? Who gave you the order? You want me to sack you as commissioner? You don't like your job again, Abi? Come to my office right now. I have some people here I want you to meet. Okay, sir. I'll come down straight away, sir. All right, yeah. Hey, Shaguri. Meet Dele, that's my commissioner of finance. Dele, Shaguri, you know them. Very, they want to do great thing in our state. They want to work on, you know what I mean? So I want you to go and make arrangement for 25 billion. Sir, don't sir me. Go and make available. Transfer 25 billion to them. They want to do something in our state. I'll tell you later. Go and give them 25 billion. Go and give them 10 billion. Now those ones will go help them carry them. Go rewash them. Whether they want buy property, whether they just want put the money somewhere, wasting away. So the people who hold the owners of the salary, those ones will be waiting. They will be talking to themselves in front of their offices. Sir, how are you today, sir? Weekend, sir. Sir, sorry, sir. I just thought level 15 officer trying to find out information. I just wanted to check that, sir, did you hear anything from Abuja, like when they are going to pay our salary this month? No, I haven't heard anything. If I hear, I'll tell you, ma. Because, the one for last month, they said that they will pay them to us. I haven't heard anything, ma. I haven't. Meanwhile, your money don't enter train. It don't enter plane. I've been anywhere they want to enter. It don't go Dubai, go buy property. Your money has crossed border to everywhere. That's what they did in 2015. Oh, that's why till today you see some of them owing up to 1 year on paid salary, 2 years on paid salary. And when you see them, they'll say, no, be me hold the money. Now the governor in 2009, now you hold the money. That's the person who hold the money, not me. Because the money is gone. Gone. So now they have 1.9 trillion. Yeah, they call it what do they call that one? Appetizer. The main meal never come. Oh. When you go for this 3-course meal, when you go to a diner, and you want to have 3-course meal, they will first give you appetizer. So maybe you just wet your belly small. The real big one is still coming. Oh. And this money is going into the hand of the people who have contributed to the poverty you have seen, the underdevelopment you have seen across Nigeria today. So yeah, they will be the first person to take it. There are still going to be ministers, so ministers are still coming. Their own PAs, their SAs, and all of them, they are still coming to come and join this feast. But the first set now governors. So 1.9 trillion will be shared to all these states so that they can help reduce your what do you call it? The hardship of subsidy. In addition, they are going to give you a 500 billion naira worth of fertilizer subsidy. Ọ̀gbẹ́ni, ibi tá a ti bá ń sunkún, a máa ríran. If we dey cry, we go dey try dey see. Tinubu said he has acquired 500,000 acres of land, and there is also 500 billion naira worth of fertilizers. So, kí ló rò kó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ next? This.
And we are competing with armed robbers and the bandits to recruit from the youths who are unemployed. 33% unemployed. Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn in the morning, yam in the afternoon. It's growing here. You create demand as consumption. For over 5 million army of boot camps. We create our food. That's money for the farmers. That's consumption for the soldiers and skill development. Don't call them illiterate. Don't talk about illiteracy. Anybody who can own gun, who can handle gun, who can cock gun and clean the chamber and cock and shoot is technically competent to repair a tractor in the farm.
Many people are in the bank because many people are dying. Everything are doing. Pressure ti wà. Mbazo Yoruba. Gbogbo nǹkan ṣẹlẹ̀ ń lu yìí. Pressure ti wà. Èyí gbogbo ṣe sọ. Ṣé ìlú lé? Follow wa anowo wa so wa the lazy youth. Now so wa the lazy youth. Òun ni mo wà ní time yìí tí mi ò lè lọ bí iṣẹ́. Kò sówó.
500,000 acres of land. Fertilizer no there tiwa. There's also fertilizers. So just wait when they will make the announcement. They will give you your own portion. It's also part of the palliative. Yeah, it is. And they believe that by the time they finish with that, they expect to at least have given job to 500,000 of you. Isn't that even a... Anyway, it's also part of the palliative. For now, those of you they want to give 80,000 naira to, they are reviewing that for now. Okay? They may have to tell you to go and collect it from your governor. You know what happened? When they presented what they call the social investments, whatever, I'll tell you what I mean. You see those, the office they opened for Shadia, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, whose only job is to share money with the budget, with the regular allocation of over 500 billion naira. And they said that they have been paying poor people under Bokwari. If you say from 2019 to 2023, that is 4 years. So 4 years, 500 billion every year, that is 2 trillion naira. The shop they opened for Shadia was to give money to the poorest people in Nigeria. And according to Shadia, she was doing that, giving that money to 11 million households. Shongbo. And we have been asking how. They said this 11 million household. Now only just about 2% of them have bank accounts. 98% of them, they don't have bank accounts. So they just give the money to them in cash, or they pay the money to an organization that will go and share the money to them. That's what Shadia has been doing for 4 years. 2 trillion naira. Eh? That they beat somebody with still a phone. You join them. They ask, bring tire, bring matches, bring tire, bring lighter. Now these people, they spoil Nigeria. Now people like this, they spoil Nigeria. If we no born now, if we no kill her now, he go become governor, he go become senator. Oh yeah, bring matches, bring car. They say, now fish is still fish. Even me, I am hungry. I have not stolen anything. Bring tire, bring matches, bring petrol. Then you burn and you say you want to burn people where they destroy Nigeria. But like I said, the governors are the ones who are getting the first appetizer. So the second part is that they are going to send you to them eventually. So it will be because what happened when they asked the ministry, or should I say the data presented by the ministry to their NEC meeting today. Remember, it was the governors, okay? And if you present data and you say in Ogun State, we are feeding 500,000 households. In Lagos State, we are feeding 200,000 households. In Kano, we are feeding 1 million households. In Imo State, we are feeding 2 million households. I'm just saying, like, we are feeding 200,000 households. And all these people from this state are there sitting down. They said, no, this is not my state. No, this is not my state. I have never seen them. I don't know anybody who is benefiting from who benefited from this in my state. That was what they were saying in their meeting today. Oh. So because of that, they rejected Bokwari's social investment program where they were giving people 5,000 naira as fictitious, fraudulent, and completely useless. So 2 trillion naira. You now use 2 trillion naira. Dance Yahoo say. Yahoo, Yahoo, Yahoo say. Like that. And as you are rolling it up like that, now your money they blow like that too. For 2 years, for 4 years, 2 trillion naira. No record, no document, nothing. But immediately some people said, Maiyegun, no, that's not what happened. Maiyegun, Bokwari shop with his own people. And he shop him when he no send anybody. That the governors want to hijack it in Maiyegun. So that the governors will now produce, they will now have to produce their own list. The ones they will now say is original. The poor people in their states. So that they will now say, give us their money. We are going to develop a payment style. Of course, they should be the ones to do the money, okay? Or local government, if you want to. If there is no corruption, sure, you get this money should ordinarily go to the local government. And those who wants to benefit from them can sign up in their local government areas. But even local governments, no, they get their own money. In Nigeria, you have 3 tiers of government. Abi no be so? You have the federal government, state government, and the local government, Abi? And they were all supposed to be kind of autonomous, like in their own right. They have places they actually have jurisdiction over. But the states have taken over all the local government. It's so funny, right? That's why I said that Nigeria defy all logics, okay? When they do their general election, right? They may tell you and say, oh, in this state, 20 local government areas, PDP PDP won 7 states. APC won 13 states. So APC is now the ruler of the state. But you see those 7 local governments that APC got defeated. And you know what I mean? When these governors now get to power, this party gets to power, when they do local government election, ordinary councillor, PDP no go see. And it's the same way, you know, like vice versa. If na PDP win if na PDP, they say PDP is the government in this state. The same PDP that didn't win the state landslide, when they want to do local government election, there will be no other party that will win anything. Suddenly, they have now become popular. They have now been like, you know what I mean? Because the reason is that they put their own people there, and at them they conduct local government elections. So they put their own suji there. So when those ones get there, they will never be able to question their own allocation. So when the money is coming from Abuja, the state government takes their money, and they also take the local government money. That's actually what they spend. Sure you get. So this time around, they said they are like plotting, they want to take it. They want Tinubu to give it to them. So that, you know, Tinubu doesn't have to give the money to, they should cancel Ministry of Humanitarian and design another one that will be like, you see that 80,000 they promise you, they can change it to 10,000. They can change it to, you know, they say they will give it to you for 6 months, Abi. So they can change it to 10,000 every month. But it will be the governors that will pay you. But you know how they been, Abi? You don't know? So, for 4 years, they duped Nigerians. 500, somebody said that 24 trillion. Which one is 24 trillion again? No, they take them easy. There's no 24 trillion yet, too. That's one thing about Nigeria. When you start hearing all the figures, that is why you see some Nigerians, they will tell you, when they want to talk about some higher figures, they say, million uncountable. They say, 1, 2, 3, to 1, 2, 3, to million uncountable. They don't have the time to count because it's just like numbers. Bam, bam. They know they see them. 500 billion, Meiji is 1 trillion. So 500 billion, Mary, 4 is 2 trillion. Where did you see 24 trillion? Calm down, oh, guys. Anyway, which means they are ruling it out. So now, the plot is, what can we then design to now give back? So what about minimum wage? More people will no fee pay 40,000, 30,000 minimum wage. They are now sending their vuvuzelas to go and tell you that they are likely going to increase your minimum wage to 200,000 naira every month. Imagination no go kill you. Sure you get. You remember when you will be like, this country is so, man, everything is so hard in this country. If they want to fix this thing, and there's no reason why they cannot be paying 200,000 naira minimum wage. Or in fact, they should be paying 1 million naira minimum wage. And people will look at you and say, imagination no go kill you. Or you will even look at yourself and say, oh, but imagination no go kill me. Oh. Nigeria is so poor that these guys have made Nigeria so poor that it will break your heart. It should break your heart. Now they want to pay 200,000 naira minimum wage. That would be so wonderful, yeah. Anyway, it's just part of testing the water, making you feel like there's something actually coming for you. Nothing is coming for you. Nothing. Bokwari increased minimum wage too. I bet you back Benny. When the Shege first started, at a point, after sharing money and everything was gone, they increased the minimum wage now. Have you forgotten that Obasanjo's minimum wage in Nigeria was 7,500 something when Obasanjo came in? He increased it to 14,000 naira. I bet you back And then Jonathan came after the subsidy of 2012 and the protest. He also increased the minimum wage to 18,000. He was contemplating of increasing it to 30,000 when they got him kicked out. Then Bokwari came in. The Shege started. Chain that turned to change. He increased the minimum wage to 30,000 naira. Have you forgotten? Eh? So now they will increase your minimum wage. Don't worry. They will increase your minimum wage. But it's not going to be 200,000 naira. It's not even going to be 50,000. Well, maybe 50,000, sha. Yeah? 50 abi. 100. 200. Imagination no go kill you. Who go pay am? Na Edo go pay. Abi na Ikiti go pay 200,000 naira. These criminals. The ones that are, so far so good in this whole mess that they want you to believe that they are actually trying to resolve for you. Abi, they are increasing their own salary. They are actually cutting out money to make the new lawmakers to settle down. 70 billion naira to settle down. 70 billion naira for new lawmakers to settle down. Sikini. In this whole hardship, they are telling you they want to buy themselves 40 billion naira car. Abba. So you tell me, are these the same people that you believe will pay you 100,000 naira, 200,000 naira minimum? Oh dear. Imagination no go kill you. I just talking like that because that's all I can say. Imagination no go kill you. So me, I no be kill joy, yo. I like I told you from the beginning. I'm just your conscience, somebody that won't believe their lie. All right, and I don't want you to as well. I don't know. Anyway, I was gonna say more. There's something else I want to share with you. Okay, before we go tonight. Because I was going to take calls, but we won't. Now, I told you earlier about Yoruba Union. Do some of you still remember the last time I asked for your support to carry out some of our programs in supporting the people? And do you also remember that in this same broadcast, I told you that Yoruba Union as an organization, which is Karo Ojire. That's the registration name right there. So the organization has given people like myself and a lot of people the opportunity, okay, to actually see for ourselves most of the things that, especially me, talk about the degeneration, the abject poverty, the negligence, and what our people are actually going through. And the reason why it is somehow counterproductive when you ask people who have been beaten down, they have been on the ground, and they continue to trample on them to stand up and fight when they have no energy or any strength, even the mental capacity to even put together the strength to go and fight. There are some of you that the hardship will motivate you and you will likely want to fight. But there are other things that will also motivate you to see the degeneration. They have made our people very, very poor. And you see why I will never show any respect to any of these criminals, especially from Yoruba land. Yoruba Union gives me that chance to see the abandoned children, the deteriorating education system, and the children who are the victims of this. Okay, the poverty that has made people to choose between sending their own children to school, or at least feeding their children, being able to feed their children, or to send them to school. So they would rather choose to do something to feed their children because they can't even afford to send them to school, and so on and so forth. And I'm like, especially Nigeria. Nigeria is like a breeding ground for the future problems that they haven't told you yet. Nigeria is not investing in their own people. Those who came from Yoruba land, who are parading themselves as Yoruba political this and that. Some of them that some of you are defending, and you are calling people Omoali because of all these Olori Burukus who don't give a damn about you. Because they are Yorubas. Yorubas, we respect our elders. We respect our culture. Is our culture part of, is impoverishing our people part of our culture? These are the buried truth that they will never want you to really see. These are the degeneration. Like I said, things have gone bad and worse, and there are victims, especially in Yoruba land too. So I'm grateful to every one of you. So we raised fund intended to actually raise to support our families who are going through whatever it is in Yoruba land, and at the same time tell them the people behind their problems and what they need to do, okay, to get themselves out of this is by actually getting themselves out of their grip and control. We are doing well, oh. So that's the part I'm going to take you to. And Princess and your team, every one of you, Ahmed, God bless you. Keep it up. I have succeeded on this through this platform in bringing together Yorubas, and not even just Yorubas, the friends of Yorubas, okay, to kind of join us in our crusade that we believe that with the right information, right support, enlightenment, and empowerment, we can get our people to have the courage and strength enough to stand up and demand for what is truly theirs. We are Yoruba Union people, the pro-Yoruba Nation organization. Like you said, like we did say, we have, we know the people we are dealing with. To send our people out to go and face these murderous criminals requires a lot of the back end motivation, mobilization, and support. We are doing that, even though we are not kind of that big yet. Of course, our message and our art are very, very big. That's where I'm going to take you to now. So we put together in the last 2 months on this platform, we raised over 1.4 million naira, which, in fact, we can put all of this together and say, in the last 3 months on this platform, even though I haven't really spoken about please donate money, support us, support this and that in a very long time, but there were those who always kind of reach out, even behind the scene. And guess what? We're able to put together nearly 1.9 million naira. And this 1.9 million naira, right, couldn't really do what we wanted to do. Supporting families, going into their place like we normally do, like we couldn't. We had a plan of spending 22 million naira in supporting at least 7,000 families across Yoruba land. We couldn't meet up because I didn't ask you. I didn't make it a priority at the time because there's so much going on, right? Nevertheless, from what we had, we changed course. How about we reach out to the few vulnerable we can reach out to? We already have our members who will they will ship in, clothing, footwear, and other things that, we can use and support people who need them, especially children. From our organization, we have a list, we have a document that comprises the children that need real support. Children who need support here and there across Yoruba land. We have been reaching out to them. We have been giving our support. We have been adopting some of them. Okay. And some of them they are already on our program being supported by members of this union. Some of them are watching me right now. So we had to ask the princess and her team to reach out to the disabled mostly. Okay. But the reports are more heartbreaking. A lot of you may not really be able to, you may not feel comfortable watching this, but this is our situation in Yoruba land, where people have no access to any better healthcare. Okay, they have no access to any better welfare. Nobody cares about them in government, except for people who could spare little things they have to supporting this these vulnerable people in Yoruba land, right? But that they themselves are coming under serious hardship now. People who used to support vulnerable people are also coming under serious economic hardship as we speak. But we could touch the lives of a few with our own little resources, and that's exactly what we did. So Yoruba Union, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to take you through this journey. First, this.
bàtà yín látọ̀. You cross the boat bridge. Kí lorúkọ ẹ? Ṣáyé kí ni? How old are you? Kí ló ọdún mélòó ni? Káàsán máa. Àti wá síbílẹ̀ ní àárọ̀ Àròjèrè community àwọn Yoruba Union láti ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà ní òkè òkun àti tó wà ní Nàìjíríà. Wọ́n ṣe àwọn ìtọrẹ àánú fún àwọn bẹ́ẹ̀ ni màá tó kù díẹ̀ fún. Kò ní ṣe pẹ̀lú òṣèlú, kì í ṣe pé olóṣèlú ló gbowó fún wọn, kì í ṣe pé àwọn kan wà ní kọ̀rọ̀ tó gbowó fún wọn pé kó máa fi ṣe nǹkan tó ń ṣe. Ìgbìmọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá tó wà lókè òkun àti nílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni wọ́n parapọ̀, wọ́n dá owó láti máa ṣe ẹ̀rùn kan báyìí. So ẹni tí ó jẹ́ aṣojú àwọn ni a máa pè wọ́n, a máa dẹ̀ hand over fún, a máa gbé kinní fún wọn kó ṣàlàyé ní ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́.
Táyé èjìrẹ́ aláìṣòkò ẹdún jọ bí wíníwí lójú orogún ìjìnlẹ̀ lójú ìyẹ́ ẹ̀ bọ́lá wá kí ẹgbẹ́ tí ní ìrànwọ́ fún because you're special and we care about you and we want to let you know that everything will be fine. Mama bẹ̀rù, mama yọjú sí ẹ. A máa gba nọ́mbà màmá, màmá kì í ẹ, màmá bá ẹ sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ̀rọ bá tó àmì fẹ́ ẹ̀.
Yes.
Wọ́n máa yí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ yìí fún ara ẹ̀. My phone?
lórúkọ Jésù gbogbo bí kíbi tẹ́ bá rìn sí àyè lẹ́ ò máa rìn lórúkọ Jésù wọn nínú òkú yín wálé lórúkọ Jésù àkíngbòkú Ọlọ́run lórúkọ Jésù àdìgbòkú ikú kò jìjì kò ní yálé yín ààbò Ọlọ́run yóò máa dájú gbogbo tó bá dáwọ́lé yóò máa yọrí sí rere fún yín àánú Ọlọ́run yóò máa wá yín rí ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ ọ̀run á dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o ẹlẹ́dàá máa dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o èbèjì dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín o ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o ìpadà síbi tẹ́ ti wá ayọ̀ lẹ́ máa fi gúnlẹ̀ o ẹ ṣé mo dúpẹ́ o Olúwa á ràn yín lọ́wọ́ o ẹ ṣé gan-an.
Tó bá ti pe nọ́mbà ẹ̀ wọn lè dáhùn yẹn wá sáwọn.
Orúkọ mi Lukman Abdulsalam.
Ọmọ ìlú wo ni sà?
Ọmọ Amáyọ̀ ni mí.
Kí ló ṣe yín? Kí ni ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣe yín?
Ní November 16, 2015, mo kàn rí pé mo kàn notice pé mo dédé jí.
Let me clear the first one you watched. All right. So the plan is to reach out to as many, people like that, that as possible. Okay. So our pioneer one is to procure 10 of those wheelchairs. All right. And then our intention is also to kind of, like we do voluntarily, okay, to have people, a lot of you who are watching this as well, you can make it your project. You can donate all the wheelchairs. You can buy them and gift them to us. We'll give them to all, because we have the list of them from everywhere. And we know that if we have to be like giving out this wheelchair to make an impact, today in Yoruba land of today, we're likely going to need at least up to 5,000 that they will just bring in a truck, 5,000 wheelchairs, and that will go far. But we don't have to get 5,000 wheelchairs, okay? You can make it your own. And if you want to be part of this, for example, to support us by making such donations, you just reach out, right? Reach out to the Yoruba Union team. They will tell you how to do it. If you are also the type that actually have your used clothes, shoes, and all that, things that you probably normally gift to charities, you can help us bag them, clean stuff that people can still use, clean clothes, kiddies stuffs, toys, and all that stuff. Pack them all together. We have about 2 warehouses currently in Yoruba land that can take anything of ours and store them perfectly. So yeah, we did go to see Taye Ejire. And of course, she's been on our radar, you know what I mean? Like we've had them like that we've kind of had chat with before we decided to just pick randomly like that and see them for now. Okay. So after that, we also met, another person, another beneficiary. This particular story is very, very heartbreaking. For those who don't understand Yoruba, okay, let me just give you the summary before you watch. Then I will explain after too. Okay, I have had people who have reached out to me that they want to support this person. How can they support him? I'll tell you how you can support him. Through the union. Okay. However, this young man had, I don't know, maybe it's what do you call anything, right? He said he stepped on something when he woke up in the morning to go and pee outside. And from that moment, he's been having problems with his legs. until one of them got amputated. The second one, they didn't even amputate that. That one rotting until it fell off by itself. And there are maggots coming out of that wound. And all of this is because he had no money to go for real surgery that could have surgically amputated the legs, okay? Because he lost the leg, the legs got infected, and at the end of the day, he lost the first one. His mother was alive then. So as a mother, they were able to put together, and they were very poor too, but they were able to put together to what? To medically or surgically amputate the first one. But the second leg, who was also dead, sort of, right, had to fall off. Just think about the pain, the agony, and the rest. And this guy is still alive. He has lost his 2 legs. And when I saw his story, it's so sad. A young man full of life, never been sick, had no medical history that was in any way could have led to this ever. But with the poor medical facility in Nigeria, with the poor medical system in Yoruba land, with the area he's living, his economic status, which means he cannot afford the type of medical treatment he needed for himself until he lost his 2 legs. And he's probably going to lose his life too from the same injury if he doesn't really have to, if he doesn't access real medical care. And somebody like that, where I live in the UK, if something like that happened to you here, you will be on a lifetime care. Do you know what that means? People will have to care for you for the rest of your life. This one is not something that is like temporary or for some time. Nigeria has nothing like that. Ladies and gentlemen, please.
Nǹkan bíi 5 after 5 ní ìdájí mo rẹ̀ jáde pé kí n lọ tọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo rí mo kàn notice pé mo tẹ̀ nǹkan mọ́lẹ̀ so láti gbà yẹn ni mo ti wà lẹ́nu ẹ̀ so wọ́n operate ẹsẹ̀ kan nígbà tó di 2020 again second one bẹ̀rẹ̀ second one ni kò wá sí onírànlọ́wọ́ kankan mọ́ tí ìyá àti bàbá mi kú so mo wà lórí ìdùbúlẹ̀ complete 4 months tẹ́sán ẹ̀ fi jẹrà fúnra rẹ̀ tó fi rè bọ́ ni.
ó jẹrà ó wá rè bọ́.
náà mo fi ní pẹ̀ntù ó jẹrà fúnra rẹ̀ tó fi rè bọ́ ni so egungun rẹ̀ ṣì wá ń ta so gbogbo àwọn ẹran yìí. kó ṣàánú mi torí Ọlọ́run mo fi ìkúnlẹ̀ abiyamọ fi bẹ̀ gbogbo ọmọ Nàìjíríà kó ṣàánú mi kó dákun torí Ọlọ́run kó ṣàánú mi kò sí ẹnì kankan mọ́ kò sí ìyá kò sí bàbá nítorọ̀ bára tí mo fi fún ọmọ mi lóúnjẹ ni ìyàwó mi ti fi mí lẹ̀ láti 2017 àwọn princess mi ó di 7 months ìyàwó mi ti fi mí lẹ̀ lọ so kò sí rí iṣẹ́ ayé jáde bọ́.
Orúkọ mi ni Adédayọ̀ Saheed. Ah, Gẹ́gẹ́ bí okay, èmi ni publisher kwarareporters.com tí mo dẹ̀ jẹ́ oníwèé ìròyìn. Bóyá bí few weeks ago ni ọ̀rẹ́ mi kan sọ̀rọ̀ wọn létí mi wípé ni wọ́n nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́. Mo tiẹ̀ rò pé nǹkan kékeré ni nǹkan tí wọ́n pè mí fún, but to my surprise ìgbà tí màá dé ọ̀dọ̀ wọn, a sunkún kúrò ńbẹ̀ ni because ìyàlẹ́nu ló jẹ́ fún mi pé ẹsẹ̀ èèyàn ó sì ń jẹrà, ìdí ń yọ ńbẹ̀, omi ń sun jáde nínú egungun, èèyàn yẹn dẹ̀ sì tún wà láyé, ó tún wà lálàáfíà. So wọ́n narrate story wọn fún mi, gbogbo wọn ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń ṣiṣẹ́ lÉkòó débi pé wọ́n dèrò, tó fi di pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹsẹ̀ yẹn sọ wọ́n dèrò Ìlọrin, tó fi di pé wọ́n wà ní ipò tí wọ́n wà yìí. Gẹ́gẹ́ mo dẹ̀ ṣe sọ fáwọn náà pé tọ́, a mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ló ń ṣe ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún èèyàn, àmọ́ lẹ́yìn Ọlọ́run àtúnfọ́lọ́run, so òun ni a ṣe ṣe ìwọ̀nba táwa lè ṣe pé tọ́, káyé lè rí pé nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ rèé, láti lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n rí ìrànlọ́wọ́ gbà lọ́wọ́ àwọn ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú, àwọn aláàánú ènìyàn, láti lè rína rí wọn. And to my greatest happiness, tínú mi dẹ̀ dùn, Yoruba Union wọ́n dìde ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún wọn pé àwọn fẹ́ wá ṣàánú fún wọn. But ìgbà tí wọ́n dìde fún mi, tí wọ́n dìde ìrànlọ́wọ́, mi sọ ohun tí a fẹ́ wá ṣe, èmi sọ fún wọn wípé ní èmi pẹ̀lú àwọn kan ń bọ̀, but mi ò sọ ohun tí wọ́n fẹ́ wá ṣe fún wọn. So mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ jẹ́ surprise fún wọn ni, but a dúpẹ́ fọ́lọ́run pé ó ṣeé ṣe lénìí tí gbogbo wa náà jíjọ wá sí ibi bí lénìí láti rí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí Mr. Lukman. Ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yóò jẹ́ ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ìbànújẹ́ tó gbomijé lójú èèyàn, kí èèyàn kó wà kó jẹ́ pé láàárọ̀ ayé rẹ̀ kó jí, kó níṣẹ́ lọ́wọ́, kó sì mọ rí jẹ, kó mọ rí mu, kó dẹ̀ di pé lọ́sàn-án kan òru kan kó wá di wípé ní ẹsẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń wú, ẹsẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń jẹrà lójú ẹ̀mí èèyàn. So Yorùbá Nation a dúpẹ́ gidi gan lọ́wọ́ yín, a dúpẹ́. Yoruba Union a dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín gidi gan fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ tí ẹ dìde fún Mr. Lukman, tí ẹ sì tọ̀ wọ́n wá láti odidi ọ̀nà jíjìn, tẹ́ ti wá wò wọ́n pé ẹ fẹ́ fojú yín rí wọn, kẹ́ sì wo situation ibi tí ọ̀rọ̀ wọn dé dúró. A dúpẹ́, pẹ̀lú ògo lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run ẹ máa rí ìrànlọ́wọ́ gbà. Ẹ̀yin náà gbogbo bí tẹ́ ẹ ti ń wojú Ọlọ́run fún ọ̀nà àánú kò ní dí mọ́ yín. A dúpẹ́, àmọ́ lóore tẹ́ ẹ dìde ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún wọn láti wá ṣoore fún wọn lénìí. Ẹ ṣé, a dúpẹ́. Tẹ́ bá dẹ̀ wò, ẹ rí ọmọ mẹ́rin ni wọ́n ní. Àwọn ọmọ mẹ́rin, àtìgbà táwọn last born wọn, àtìgbà tó ti wá ní bóyá bí ọdún méjì ni ìyá wọn ti fi kalẹ̀. Kí obìnrin gbé ọmọ kalẹ̀ láì mọ́ wẹ̀yìn wò títí tọ́mọ náà fi pọ́mọ ọdún mẹ́sàn-án, tọ́mọ yẹn fi dọmọ ọdún mẹ́sàn-án. Lórí àárẹ̀ bàbá yìí náà, ọ̀nà yẹn náà ló ti wá láti wá ọ̀nà jẹ fún wọn. Wọ́n ṣe ń lọ ń gba bárà láti fi fún wọn lóúnjẹ. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, mo dúpẹ́ púpọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yín fún ìrànlọ́wọ́ tẹ́ ẹ dìde fún wọn yẹn. So ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run, àwọn ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú tí wọ́n bá tún wà, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, wọ́n nílò àánú gidi gan. Àwọn ọmọ wọn náà nílò àánú, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe ń wò wọ́n nílò àánú. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn kéré, wọn lọ school, wọ́n ṣe wà yìí, wọ́n kéré, wọn lọ school. So ẹ jọ̀ọ́, a nílò ìrànlọ́wọ́ sí, torí operation, wọ́n tún brush operation fún wọn. So oúnjẹ náà urgent ni, ìrànlọ́wọ́ pápápá ni wọ́n nílò bọ́n ṣe wà yìí, torí bọ́n ṣe wà yìí kọ́là èmi náà mọ̀ ìrànlọ́wọ́ náà ni. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ìrànlọ́wọ́ la nílò fún wọn. Ẹ dákun torí Ọlọ́run, ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ẹ bá wa dìde ìrànlọ́wọ́ fún wọn. Mo sì mọ̀ pé bẹ́ẹ̀ yín náà ṣe ń dìde ìrànlọ́wọ́, wọ́n mọ̀ ráàánú gbà. Ẹ ṣé púpọ̀, a dúpẹ́, àmọ́ lóore.
Orúkọ mi ni Samson Awóyẹmí. Mo lè sọ ìwọ̀nba díẹ̀ tí mo kàn witness nípa suffering wọn, torí long story ni ọ̀rọ̀ wọn. Èmi náà normally kàn meet wọn coincidence náà ni, torí the first time mo kàn meet wọn, condition wọn ò tí wà báyìí, mi dẹ̀ tí join ní association tí mo wọ uniform ẹ̀ yìí.
I understand that a lot of us will be emotional about this. You haven't seen the whole story. And in fact, you haven't met others too. Okay? And I promise you, okay, the intention of sharing this with you is not to upset you or to unsettle you. It's just to give you an idea what ordinary people are actually going through in Nigeria. Do you understand? And when we talk about this, because some of us are talking about this from our very much comfortable positions, right? We are talking about this like, not because we are experiencing them, but with Yoruba Union, you will experience it. It doesn't matter what position you come from. So the intention is to let all of us feel that pulse. And I can see that some of you are already saying that he needs a serious medical this and that, of course. And that is why normally the plan was that we'll take care of them. We'll see how we can then further support them, like the children, the family, and all of that. We have what we call the adoptive family in Yoruba Union. So what that adoptive family simply means is that if you decide, for example, this is not his medical or let's say somebody says, I want to adopt that family. How much can actually take care of those children to go to school and their education entirely? School, bag, what have you. Are you with me? So you can adopt the whole family by just saying, look, how much is it going to be every month? 50,000 naira. Right? I'll give them 50,000 naira, right, to cover all of their expenses every month. And I want to sign up for a year. Now, that arrangement you can say, oh yeah, I'll give you the entire 1 year, which is 600,000 naira. So the union would have to actually ensure that they have access to that money for the period of those. And for those of you who are well-to-do, of course, he's going to need he actually need a serious medical, in fact, it's urgent from what people told me and from what I have seen. That can be taken care of, at least for a first step by the union. So somebody was asking, how can we join Yoruba Union? See, if you are a Yoruba person, if you're a Yoruba, or you are related to Yoruba, or you are a friend of Yoruba, everyone is welcome. Our own message is very simple, right? People coming together, use the advantage of their number, okay? Build a community that is enlightened enough to understand that whatever is going on in Yoruba land right now is simply because we are part of Nigeria. And it's simply because those who are supposed to speak for us, represent us, fight for us, they have chosen to sacrifice us, okay? Sell us off, and then mortgage us. When people understand this very well, through Yoruba Union's messages, and we do have that number, yeah, then people can actually say they want something and they will get it. That's our own mission. You can be part of that too. It might be so tough and that, but there are people who actually need this help. Okay. So yeah, if anybody is, all of us, in fact, it's not like if, all right. For those of us who are kind of moved by this and we think we can help, right? Of course, you can support. And if you want to support this, there are links here on MaiyegunSDiary Politico. You can use the PayPal, the Cash App, all right? Now, the good thing about them is if you send any money into them, you can add your own message and say, this money is for this, that money is for that. We're able to keep together the little we have to embark on this, what you are seeing. There are more, okay? And I think I would have shown you them. Now, if we plan that, whatever we can put together for him, I'm going to actually have a princess and a few other guys on for this same purpose, okay? Then, whatever we put together, okay, we'll get to know what that is, and then we'll give that to him, and possibly be able to even diagnose what is going on with the leg, proper medical care. Well, if there's going to be any operation, we'll pay for that. We have done bigger things than this. But this one seems to be a very, very, very important thing. I mean, if it's about money, I don't think it will have a problem with that for a start. Now, maybe when we finally kind of do this little rehabilitation here and there, then we can then open up where you can support him directly. All right? Which means any other help you want to give, any rehabilitation or whatever you want to do, you can go and do them. But for now, it is now a case with the Yoruba Union, right? And it will be so wonderful if we are able to help. Like I said, I haven't started any kind of fundraiser for him or whatever, okay? But to those who kind of feel like they could support or help, especially those who are reaching out, one, you will need to reach out to the Yoruba Union, okay? And if you dare give any support, all right, that will be announced there anyway. Of course, it will be announced there, and the good, and you can also use that give, send, go. I don't have all the links anyway, but when we get to that stage, we'll do that. Get him a proper medical, a proper medical care, at least. Get him to be looked at, to be checked up, and whatever he's going to be. I'll come back and tell you. Like I said, there are other things they did, and as a stretch, okay? But I'm going to call it a night at this point. I saw that video, and I don't know if I should tell you. That video did a number on me when I saw that earlier. I was going to call off this broadcast tonight, but I was like, no, I'll just make it a light one where everybody will kind of, remember how we started. So I'm going to say thank you to all of you, and I will see you some other time. Good night. Surprise there. I'm sorry. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary láyé bí nọ́mbà wá. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu